Namaste. So people often say that all this is fine, talk about yoga, spirituality, and cure, etc. But hasn't medical science done a marvel? Has it not eradicated polio? Has it not eradicated smallpox? Has not the incidence of tuberculosis come down drastically? Do we not have wonderful cures now for illnesses? Now, I'm not going to get into the logical, rational, scientific arguments about it. I have my reasons to say that it is not as simple as it meets the eye. But okay, fine, it has done it. So, should we not proceed along those lines? That is the question. So, when we have done something and achieved success, should we not move along those lines? This is a question that today also, people asked. Last year we had a lockdown, see the graph went down. Should we not proceed along those lines? So, this is the question. Sri Aurobindo gives a very beautiful answer. Medical science has been more a curse to mankind than a blessing. Excuse me. Take a deep breath. I don't mind saying it because I am a doctor, and I believe it. And he gives us a reason why it is so. Medical science has been, it's not that doctors are bad, doctors are well-meaning people. But this is how their mind is trained and conditioned. The conditioning is so strong. I'll tell you that in my first year of MBBS, we had so many friends and we were just reading biochemistry where we had reading what? Vitamins. We have not started reading actually diseases. That will come in second year MBBS. You're just reading vitamins. So in vitamins you'll read, deficiency creates this. Many of us started believing we have this deficiency, we have that deficiency. That's how the paradigm is like that. You ultimately, when you pass out of the medical college, in fact, for that matter, any kind of education system, it's a system of thought. So people during graduation, they have this thing they wear on the head. So it is not just a hat. It is a formation that you wear. And this formation gets strengthened because you lose that childlike quality of wonder and wanting to understand life, because you get this illusion that now I have the degree and now I know it. I am better than others. And this gets strengthened by everybody. Dr. Saab. So, doctors are well-meaning people, and I believe that most of them really want to do good. Yet, medical science is not speaking of the doctors, to make a distinction. Medical science has been more a curse to mankind than a blessing. Why? It has broken the force of epidemics and unveiled a marvelous surgery. So, what is the curse about it? But also, it has weakened the natural health of man and multiplied individual diseases. You see what happened. Now people have forgotten this, but 20 years back, or when was it? 80s, maybe early 90s. I remember very concretely when I used to travel frequently from Bangalore to Pondicherry. And what used to happen is you will invariably meet somebody on the bus stand, somebody from foreign country. And they are desperately looking for what, do you know? They're looking for Bisleri bottle. Or they would write a mail, even now, that is there a need to take chloroquine? Now they have this ivermectin they are prescribing. Is there a need to take chloroquine or antifilaria drug regularly? So I said, see, we don't take it, but it's up to you. Probably you will have a problem if you are coming with all these ideas. So what happened was their immune system was so weak that the moment they would come, even normal water would make them sick. Now, I don't know, today's generation have grown up on filtered water, isn't it? But I'm sure here there are some of us, Mathurji for sure, I am for sure, some of us. And even now when you go to villages, so I have grown up on the well water from an open well. You understand what is an open well? Anything can go inside. Birds flying and everything. And we had no filters, nothing. All that we did was, we knew this well has mitha pani. So there were two wells. So this well, water was used for drinking and the other well was used for bathing. That's all. So that mitha pani, well, bring it, put it in a surai. We have survived. And it makes you more adaptable. Why? Because your body has learned, it becomes resilient. So you see, what is the problem with people often say, why are you so much against sanitizers and all that? This is the reason. You see, when your body comes in contact with all kinds of germs, it develops its own immune system. There is a very interesting theory that if you, people who developed cold and all this, it's a natural immune booster through which ultimately it's like giving a constant challenge to your immune system, which can eventually fight even tumors, because ultimately it's your immune system. Now what happens, because you are constantly supported by something outside. Have you noticed that people who were taking, I know of at least 3 instances for sure, who were taking for the 6 months vitamin C, zinc supplements. One of them had corona and died. He was full of fear. Even wanted to at some point depress that, what is the use of living before the corona. Now this thing never comes. And the other 2 actually developed. And they were constantly doing everything. Have you heard about this IPL being cancelled? You know how they were living? They were living in a bio bubble. And the players were so frustrated because they couldn't even meet any relative. Even in the same city. You could not go to your home and come because the instruction was corona shouldn't enter, like Raja Parikshit. So everything was in a bio bubble. Even the workers who were coming, they were tested for, corona, and all this was going on every day. But IPL got cancelled. You know why? Because few people had developed corona. Why did they develop corona? People have theories. My theories is, the fact is they were very frustrated. They were saying that whatever money we get, next time we are not playing in these conditions. This sense of frustration, feeling of depression, you have a relative you can't meet, all that depressed the immune system. It took away the natural way by which our immune system develops. So short term, it is very good. Why? Because you are supporting the body by propping it up through various medicines, and you can prolong life by all kinds of drugs. But what you are taking away, the body's natural resilience and ability to fight an infection or to fight disease. So that has gone down drastically. So while in the short term, it looks wonderful, but in the long term, it is not a good policy. So that's what Sri Aurobindo is revealing to us. It has weakened the natural health of man and multiplied individual diseases. It has implanted fear and dependence in the mind and body. When mother was, somebody asked her, why do people often quote, no, during mother's time also, we used to have this. So mother herself was asked, why do we have filter waters? She said, because most of you are living in physical consciousness. She was completely straightforward, frank. So you have to use physical means. And then she gave an example of, when somebody had come and he found that the cholera epidemic was going on. And she said there were people there was a pond in which they were bathing, the water was completely yellow, and the cows would go, they would do urine, they would go, bathe, do everything. And she said because they were simple village folks, nobody told them that there is a cholera epidemic which can kill you. And she said nothing happened to them. But had they known it, the whole village would have been finished off within small moments. So it is like within few days. Why? Because fear has gone in. The moment they see one person died, he died of cholera. How did he get cholera? The water, where you are going, you are drinking it and getting cholera. Now, while I understand that now we have unfortunately entered a curve where we have lost that utter simplicity and faith. But we should not damage ourselves to that extent that our long-term resilience finishes off. So he cautions us, it has implanted fear and dependence in the mind and body. What is the fear? If you don't go to a doctor, if you don't take the medicine, you're done for. So recently you must have heard about this, injection, which created a big ruckus. Ramdev Shivir, Remdesivir. So this injection, they found that there was a lot of fake injections which people, and they were selling outside, literally like le lo humse 4,500 rupees. So they were selling like that, fake injections all. People took it. Now some wise person did a good thing. He did a study to see what happened. 90% of them were cured by this fake injection. Of course, people will say that they got cured even otherwise. Somebody told me that they would have got cured even otherwise. I said, exactly my point. People may have got cured any which way. It's a little joke that circulated today. Somebody wrote that, there was a dog who didn't like a train every time it entered the platform. So the dog used to bark and the train moved because, it was 2 minute stoppage. So after some time, they had a committee of dogs and they decided, see, if we have to shoo a train away, let us bark. So they did this as an experiment, finally confirmed every time you bark, this train moves away. So, prize winning, till a wise dog advice suggested them, why don't you try once not barking and seeing whether the train goes away or not? So they didn't bark and the train still moved. Now, I had a comment to that, yes, because fortunate, and the dogs realized that, it's not the barking that moves the train. I said, dogs realized because there were no money involved and no political power involved. If the dogs were drug manufacturers, they would have eaten away that dog who said that, let's try. That wise dog would have been shooed away, excommunicated from the community. Why? Because he dared to speak a truth which was totally out of the box, very different. Now, you see, have people really tried to see whether at this point of time you do this, you don't do that? Leave people to their natural immune responses. They will fight it out. This is just okay, some people will die. They are dying. Even with medication, they are dying. So we are so much, that we'll support. Somehow we'll make people live. Somehow we'll, prolong life. So what is happening in the long run? We have become more and more dependent. So today we have so many doctors, OPDs, and doctors, why would they tell you that your mind can cure you? Because it will empower you. Why would you go to a doctor to hear this? You go to a doctor so that he prescribes medicine. Patient also feels very good and the doctor also feels very good. Isn't it? So doctor also has a family to feed. He doesn't get paid only to tell you that, you will get all right. So we have to understand that unfortunately, this is the route medical science has taken. It's for all its wonders, we have lost that kind of way in which we lived with nature in real harmony. Now that we have lost it, we have entered into a very dangerous curve. It's a long passage now. There is no way we can recapture that state. Mother speaks of the fall which is there in the Bible, the mind of man. But now we have to develop conscious faith. What is conscious faith? Conscious faith is, you see, villagers had a simple faith. Are kuch nahi hoga. They lived like that. Till somebody came and said, no, you don't know what is happening in the city out there. People are devastated. Oh, is it? Corona can kill you. Oh, then one person had a sneeze and it starts. So that's a simple unconscious faith. We have to have conscious faith. What is the conscious faith? That behind man, behind all the forces of illness and disintegration, there is ultimately the divine. And now we have to make a conscious surrender and recapture this faith that we have lost, which was naturally there in early humanity. So this is what Sri Aurobindo is revealing to us, that it has taught our health to repose not on natural soundness. Natural soundness is do some good, exercises, healthy lifestyle. We have lost that. Now it is all, we have, if you have diabetes, doctor sahab, ye dawai acha hai, blood pressure ka ye dawai acha hai, because we have lost that good lifestyle, which included very simple. Healthy lifestyle doesn't need much. It means basically that eat vegetarian food preferably. Don't overeat, eat in moderation. Do regular exercises. Walking 40 minutes is a good exercise. Do some asanas and deep breathing exercises. Think of God. Do some meditation. Do some useful work. Keep yourself busy. It's a very simple thing. It's not something very complicated that you have to write books on it. So, but we have lost it. So what it has given? It has taught our health to repose not on natural soundness, but a rickety and distasteful crutch, compact from the mineral and vegetable kingdoms. What is a crutch? Rickety crutch. All kinds of, bends and... So it has taught us to replace our natural soundness. What we don't realize is, I often give this example with which you can close this. you know how a human being has been made? And how old is medical science today? Medical science 200, 300, 400 years at the most if you go. Antibiotic was developed in 1960 or maybe little around that period. First antibiotic, penicillin, with the fungus. So it's not very old. 200 years back you were doing bloodletting, 150 years back. So medical science, the way it is today, is very, very young. How old is humanity? Million years? It survived, it evolved, it fought wars, it conquered kingdoms, arrows were shot, it faced pandemics. How it survived? Now imagine nature has created million years and million years, behind million years, before coming of man, billions of years. Nature experimented till it created a human body. Still imperfect, agreed. But it has taken a painstaking labor of the wisdom that has gone into creation to build a human body. And we think that in 100 years we know all about it and can, suddenly it is not capable, it cannot do anything and you have to do something about it. It was doing, what, there were no blood pressure before 100. Now some people say mortality rate, that is only we are talking of last 200 years when we started losing. If you really go into, in Indian thought, there is history of, if you go into Dwapar age, Arjuna fought the war at 70 years of age. Can you imagine fighting like that with all those Gandhi? Shri Krishna was 108 years, driving the chariot on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Bhishma 170, invincible. So to say that, there was mortality, this all modern science hypnotized us. Without modern medicine, people were dying. But if you go back, when people had that robust, healthy lifestyle, when they lived with nature, when they followed a beautiful routine, when they did their exercises and everything, they had because human body has the capacity to fight. It has been given everything that is necessary. Animal body has been given. Why not human beings? The body is an extension of that. No, animals fight. They fight out all the diseases. Most of the diseases. You will seldom see, now it has come with this a modern thing. Epidemics and all this come, but otherwise in animal creation it works quite well. So this is what we have to regain, something we have lost. Medical science has been more a curse to mankind than a blessing. It has broken the force of epidemics and unveiled a marvelous surgery, but also it has weakened the natural health of man and multiplied individual diseases. It has implanted fear and dependence in the mind and body. It has taught our health to repose not on natural soundness, but a rickety and distasteful crutch, compact from the mineral and vegetable kingdom. Mother's one word comment, wonderful. Thank you.